They shoved him toward the cliff like the truth was a crime, and the ocean waited below like a mouth. One moment he was a man, pleading with the village to listen, to hear what he knew about Christ, to let hope in. The next, hands on his shoulders, the crowd he loved forcing him backward, their fear louder than his voice. He fell. But he didn't die. He hit water that didn't feel like water at all, cold and clear and alive, then opened his eyes to something impossible. An ocean turned to crystal, a shining city sculpted from waves, streets of glass-blue currents, towers made of frozen light. And in front of him, a bridge formed out of nothing, one glowing strand, then another, growing, extending, reaching into somewhere he couldn't see. He stepped onto it because it was the only path. Each footfall rang like a bell through the city. Halfway across, the realization struck harder than the fall. He wasn't the man they pushed. He was the boy inside that man, the child who had wanted nothing but to bring happiness to everyone, the child who had finally found something beautiful and tried to share it, only to be executed by the very people he was trying to save. Now that boy walked alone through the crystal sea city, the bridge still growing under his feet, reaching forward as if guided by unseen hands. And he could feel them, others nearby, silhouettes moving in distant watery streets, souls in other shining districts. He couldn't see their faces clearly, but he felt their presence like warmth against the cold, guiding him, urging him forward, leading him back toward the world that had rejected him. Then everything changed. The air thickened, the crystal city trembled, shapes began to collapse, buildings folding inward, currents spiraling, the entire ocean world twisting around him like a storm inside a mirror. Water rose in swirling walls, roaring, spinning so fast he couldn't see past it. The bridge disappeared beneath his feet. He tried to stand, but the world broke. He fell onto the surface of the water, and the water caught him. It lifted him, swept him up, spun him through the storm, and then silence. He landed as a newborn, floating on the skin of the sea. Gentle hands, no, gentle waves, pushed him toward shore. The swirl eased behind him like a door closing. He blinked at the sky with brand new eyes, and still, inside him, the memory of the crystal city burned bright. He remembered the instructions without words. Go. Be who you are meant to be. The waters will protect what you truly are. And then he arrived again, back to the edge of the same land, the same place that once rejected him. A woman appeared at the shoreline. She waded in, lifted the baby from the water, and pressed him to her chest. Warmth, breath, a heartbeat, home. And as she carried him inside, he saw it, like lightning behind the eyes. She was one of them, one of the ones who had rejected who he had been. Only now he understood. To survive here, he couldn't throw his truth like a spear and expect fearful hands to catch it. He had to grow into it. He had to become it. He had to learn how to speak light in a language they could finally hear. Because inside him, the ocean city still lived. The bridge still extended. The protection was still real. From sea to land, from boy to man, from death to beginning, he carried the same mission. To return, not to punish, but to teach. To show them the happiness they couldn't see when they were afraid. To remind them of the bond of light that holds everyone together, even the ones who push you off cliffs. And if you've ever felt thrown out for speaking your truth, remember this. Sometimes you have to go to the bottom of the sea to rise. Sometimes you have to fall to find the bridge. So take the next step. Trust the water. Keep walking forward, because the bridge grows for the ones brave enough to cross.